And there's Ron Bell sitting this one out. Demetrius Pouncey gets the ball tonight. Pouncey taking advantage of his opportunity. Bootleg right. Good hard run. Run out of bounds. Then they give it to Reggie Furness. Furness, one of the hardest runners around. Trudges his way for about 10 yards. Then give it to Mario. Mario Ford breaking the left side. No one's going to catch him. 2-4 in the distance. Touchdown, 28-0. Marion on top. It's only the second quarter. But Bob saying, keep up the intensity, fellas. South Florence, the air attack has been good lately. Look at Kyle Martin. Look at him hang in the pocket till the last second. Deliver the strike there to Damian Sims, 15 yards. But South can't score. Stoke the Furnace. The Furnace heating up. Another nice run. That sets up the pass. Quarterback to quarterback. Oh, but it's incomplete. Pouncey can't hit Bell. So what do you do on fourth down? You go right back to the same play. You gotta love that. Pouncey going to Bell. This time it works. This time it's a touchdown on fourth down, 35-0. Marion goes on to win tonight. Yeah, 42-0.
Wow.
They shut out South Florence. Huge win for Marion and head coach Bob Rankin.
Hartsville.
We made a decision, pre-game that we were going to start Pouncey. And he started the ball game. Of course, he's played real well. Thrown the ball well and ran the ball well. And defensively, we shut him down. So I don't think we can play too much better than that.
Hartsville, where are you? Worries about overconfidence, as most coaches do, because this week Marion faces Mullins, a team of Swamp. Last year, the Auctioneers have plenty of weapons in their run-and-shoot offense, but their biggest, literally their biggest, is their offensive line with several guys that make the Nutty Professor look small. But bigger doesn't always mean better. Coach Rankin getting them fired up as usual in Marion. Give it to Mario Ford. Bouncing around the left side. He'll take it 25 yards for the score after he breaks that tackle. Marion playing tough on offense, coming up big on defense. Chris Nolan busting through and sacking Craig Hill on that one. How about Reggie Furness? Reggie, where are you, Reggie? Well, they're talking to Reggie right now because they know he's going to be coming into your living room. Pouncey to Furness for a pickup of about 20. That sets up the touchdown run by Mr. Furness again over the right side, all the way into the house for the score. In the second quarter, who are we going to give it to? He's had a big game all night. Coach Rankin calls his number. Reggie burning like a furnace.
Stoke the Furnace.
Into the end zone. Mullins. Not a good game. They did this a lot today. They punt to Ronald Bell. Some serious hang time on that punt. Bell finally gathers it. Goes around the right side. Nice block by number 60. Holy cow. I've never seen a run like this before in my life. And you know what happens when you never see a run like this before? It usually gets called back.
Oh.
And guess what happens? It does. Ronald Bell, not a happy man. But Marion will get the ball back. And guess who they give it to? Mario Ford. His fourth touchdown of the game. Marion comes up big and beats Mullen 35-8. Here's what Coach Bob Rankin has to say about the big win.
We start region play next week, so we better get ready because it gets tough inside this region. So hopefully we'll be able to compete with these people.
Congratulations to Coach Rankin. Well, time to get boxes. High as 8.
He gains 8 yards. Then the handoff's going to go to Mario Ford. And look at Mario go. Shed in a couple of tacklers there. He's in for the touchdown. 7-0 in favor of the Foxes. Mullins now with the football. Gregory Hill going back to pass. That ferocious Swamp Fox defense led by Tony Johnson coming up with the stop. Then Marion with the football. Demetrius Pouncey finds Reggie Furness. This is going to cover 16 yards. Then the handoff's going to go to the Furness. And oh, baby, are the Foxes hot tonight. Touchdown, 14-0 in favor of Bob Rankin's gang. Marion gets the football again. Guess who? Reggie Furness. How about Reggie getting it done? They were going, Reggie, Reggie, Reggie. As Marion wins the game, final score was 35-8. Let's take you out to the Columbia area. Hi, everybody, and welcome to the show. Week number 5 of the high school football season. So many great games to tell you about. We have plenty of scores and highlights just ahead. I got to tell you, at the beginning of the year, one of the matchups I was looking forward to, Dillon against Manning. It looked like at the end of the season, this would be a collision course for Region 5 3A. But you know what? Marion had a different idea. The Swamp Foxes entered this game against Manning with a 4-0 record. Could Marion surprise once again and knock off the mighty Monarchs? We take you out to Marion and find out. Oh yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is a very special Bob Rankin team. There he is. There is the team, ranked 6th in our terrific 13 poll. But one guy you got to stop, this guy, number 7, Brian Mance, one of the best players in the state of South Carolina. Good return for him. Bob Rankin, though, not worried because he has one of the top players around. How about Reggie Furness? Oh, the Furnace was heating up tonight. Our player of the week goes 75 yards for the touchdown. He was just getting started, 6-0 in favor of the Swamp Foxes. Second quarter, Demetrius Pouncey to Ronald Bell. So many unsung heroes for Bob Rankin and the Foxes. That would set up who else? Reggie Furness, touchdown, 12-0 in favor of the Foxes. Second quarter, Trey King up top, Rod Gibson. Gibson is going to go all the way for the score, but how about this? Penalty, holding, it's called back. Last play of the half, Brian Mance coming up with the catch and the score. It's a 12-7 game at the intermission. In the third quarter, the man takes over again. That is Reggie Furness. Looks like he stopped. Think again against one of the top defenses in the state. He's off to the races. 55 yards for the touchdown. 19-7. The Foxes can feel it. And how about the D coming up huge? Antonio Ransom comes up with the fumble recovery. Oh, yes. The Foxes were just incredible. And actually, this is Antonio coming up with the safety on Trey King. He says, oh, yes, the Foxes can feel it. And Bob Rankin congratulating Barry Avant and his staff on a hard-fought victory. The final score, 21-7 in favor of Marion. And I got to tell you, Josh, Bob Rankin's like a fine wine. As he gets older, he just gets better. And this team has continued to amaze. Now a perfect 5-0 on the season. And if there was any doubt that they were for real, they proved it tonight. They are really for real.
That is exactly right, Greg. This team is for real. Marion over Manning tonight, 21-7. We hyped it as our best game of the week to date. And you know what? It sure was just a great atmosphere on Fox Field tonight as Manning falls to Marion, 21-7. Bob Rankin, Greg Tolan just said you get fine like wine with age. Pretty great game tonight. What did you say to your kids to get them pumped up and ready to go?
Maybe they can tell you. I think they get themselves pumped up, really. We have a good group of players, and they have a good attitude. And, you know, the only problem, you know, they look pretty good back here, don't they? Well, I think I'm one of the reasons they look good, you know, with me sitting in here with them. But it was a good win for us over Manning. They're a quality football team. But, you know, I don't ever sell, and I talked to some people tonight. We have 39 players on our team, and as far as I'm concerned, we have 39 blue-chip players.
And Reggie Furness has to be one of those blue-chip players. You boast a triple-threat backfield. You said it in our hype of this game this week. It doesn't matter to you who gets the touchdowns. 6 last week for Reggie, 3 this week. He's stepping up, and he stepped up big tonight.
He sure did. He had 2 great runs, and in fact, he ran well all night. I believe he had 160-something yards rushing. Had one run of about 70 yards, and another one, I believe, about 67 yards. And there was lots of effort on one of them especially, you know. And he just did an outstanding job. We had lots of people that did an outstanding job. Both of our quarterbacks, Demetrius Pouncey and Ron Bell, both played real well. Tony Johnson at fullback played well. We had to use him at halfback for a while. He ran well there. And, of course, Reggie and then Mario Ford played well. Up front, Ira Harper at center, and the guards of Chris Nolan and Kenneth Davis, tackles Trey Thompson. And on the other side is Adrian Edwards, Tony Ransom tight end, and Kerry White at a wide out, and we had some other people there. But all of them gave us a real strong effort. I was real proud of them.
It's only a 45-minute show. You're going to get all the players on here?
I'm going to try.
Let's talk about the defense, though. Offense, it's easy to see the highlights. That's the one that gets all the attention. But the defense tonight, the strip at the end of the game, the fumble, we saw the safety. The defense really stepped up tonight, which is probably the MVP of the game.
They sure did. They played real well, and they have all year, you know. Again, I'm going to mention some names, but Gavin Reed at down guard, Melvin Nolan, 2 linebackers, Tony Johnson, Chris Nolan, 2 defensive ends, James Scott, Tony Ransom, outside linebackers, Curtis Brunson. On the other side, Jack McGill, the guy who picked up the fumble in the end zone, was a key play for us, you know. Although I will have to admit he fumbled on the tail end of it. Mario Ford had to come in and save his life and recover the fumble. But we're real pleased. Our secondary did a great job. Overall, Ron Bell, Demetrius Pouncey, Isaiah Felton, and Reggie Furnace was back there too, if you noticed, and also Jody McFadden did a good job for us. We were real pleased with the win, you know. And as Greg remembers, Greg's told me a long time, some of these ball games with Manning, he first, I believe, was indoctrinated, I believe it was in '87. We had a great win here at the Lower State Championship where we beat Manning in overtime. And Greg, this one tonight's about as good, buddy, if not better.
Hey, I bet you he wishes he was here, but he does have a memory like an elephant. He doesn't forget. A team like Dillon won't forget seeing the highlights here tonight. You play them in 2 weeks. You don't want to overlook Myrtle Beach next week, but all the polls are going to say this game's for #1 in 2 weeks against Dillon. How do you prepare?
Well, we've got to get ready. We've got to come back down to earth, and I'm not going to do it until Monday, and I don't believe these fellas are.
Going on with a lot of...
Bell going for the knockout punch. He's throwing deep. Terry White, wide open, some blown coverage back there, but look at that. The ball is punched loose. Huge play as Manning recovers. That's heads-up play. Trey King trying to get Manning going, and he does. King, perfect pass over the middle, man. That is a beauty. Rod Gibson in for the score, but you know what? We can't believe it. Called back because of holding. King doesn't give up, though. Out of the gun again. Great scramble. Pumping, looking, running. King on the run. 30-yard gain into Marion territory. Final play of the first half. Option right for Manning. King. He's in for the score. 12-7 at halftime. Manning head coach Barry Avent says, boys, we're in this thing now. Third quarter. Stoke up the furnace. Reggie breaks this game wide open. How did he get out of that pack is beyond me, and it's beyond all the Manning defenders, too. See you later, Reggie. That's 9 touchdowns in 2 weeks for this kid. Final score. Let's see it. 21-7. Marion over Manning, 167 yards for the Furnace and 3 touchdowns. The kid is amazing. Marion still unbeaten. And oh, by the way, Coach Rankin's 275th career win. And here's probably his best one. Off the right side. There's no way he can turn the corner on this, but somehow he does, showing his speed all the way down the sidelines. Gone. 63 yards, finally dragged down, but what an incredible game for this kid. 167 yards. Yeah, Bob Rankin congratulating his lineman, as he should, because Reggie was just all over it tonight. 3 touchdowns for me and 6 touchdowns last week, Dan. I think that's 9 now in 2 weeks. Do the math. I think that's more than I had in my entire high school.
Quarter when Reggie Furnace takes the ball to the outside, good for 16 yards. The Furnace was stoking tonight. Demetrius Powell this time off to Corey Alston. He gets drugged down from behind, but he gets it down to the 1-foot line. So Marion will go to any one of their 3 backs. How about Curtis Branson? He plows his way in from 1 yard out. 34-0 Marion at that point. Myrtle Beach, though, Joseph Terry.
Amazing. They need plenty of help from the Seahawks if they wanted to keep this one close. Franklin Wallace not doing the job right here. He fumbles. Tony Johnson for Marion recovers. Heads-up play by Big Tony. Marion finally gets the ball moving. That's quarterback Demetrius Pouncey along the right side.
Ooh.
Watch him bash people.
Who says quarterbacks can't hit?
They can hit. Demetrius Pouncey moving. This time they're going to give it to Big Mario. Big Mario Ford, not from Arizona State. Nope. From Marion. Down to the left side. He takes that inside the 2-yard line to set up himself, Mario Ford, on the touchdown run. Great game for Marion. Cheerleaders cheering, and we're going to the board. 50-0, Myrtle Beach. Can't feel good.
So nobody comes in our place and beats us. Okay? That's right. Just give us 100%, everything else take care of itself.
I got goosebumps, man. This is like the Super Bowl. There's Stacks on the sidelines. He dressed, did not play. Let's get to it. Here come the Nasty Cats and the old Swamp Fox. Focus. First quarter, Marvin Graham, the guy's a fire plug. Look at him, busted it up the middle, 20-yard gain for Graham. And then Graham, looks like an instant replay, it's not. Trap play working, Graham busted it up the middle, another big gain, ripping through that Swamp Fox defense. Nate Smith then, the quarterback sneak, first quarter, Dillon first drive, 6-0. What a way to set the tone. And Smith, attaboy, great job by the sophomore. Marion then gets rolling, Demetrius Pouncey rolling to his right, throwing to the sidelines, receiver falls down and is picked by Marcus Williams. Whoop! Flipped up and over. Everyone's hitting in this one. Marion defense comes up big. Raphael Ford, Smith on the run. Ford comes up with the sack. And just a packed house tonight going absolutely bonkers. About 9,000 plus. Marion driving inside the Dillon 10. Furness starting to stoke it up. Gets in there for the touchdown, 7-6. Everyone's slipping out. Third quarter now. Dillon on the move. Graham. Marvin Graham. Look at you go. High stepping. He thinks he's going to the house, but wait a minute. Tony Johnson, good hustle from the tackle from behind. Dillon on the doorstep. Look at Nathan Smith. Bobble snap. Somehow picks it up. Heady play for a sophomore. He's in 12-7 Dillon. Marion coming right back. Stoke the furnace. 12-yard touchdown run. Who's in the zone? I ask you, who's in the zone?
Reggie's in the zone! Reggie's in the zone! Reggie's in the zone!
Reggie is in the zone. Everyone's in the zone. Fourth quarter, Dillon's final drive. Smith passes to Derek Hamilton. He's into Marion territory. Great play. Less than 3 minutes to go. Nathan Smith going for the home run ball. Sophomore, he doesn't care. He's going for it. Hamilton. Oh, he's going to have nightmares about that one. Had it and lost it. Final play. Dillon back to pass. And he's sacked by James Scott of Marion. Game over. What a score. Wow. Marion wins it 14-12. Afterwards, Bob Rankin absolutely ecstatic.
Well, it's huge for us. You know, we beat a good football team. And they're outstanding. Played great defense. And you saw it right down to the wire, the whole thing. It's a great football team, and I'm proud of our young men.
Good job, Blake. Happy person tonight. What a game, Dan.
It was so huge. Marion, though, the Swamp Foxes took over the #1 ranking in the state. They would come out a little flat as well. 14-10 Marion when Mario Ford revs up the engine. He picks up 23 yards there. But then it's time to stoke the fire. Reggie Furness up the gut. But the Chiefs make him cough it up. He fumbles, and North Myrtle Beach recovers. Joseph Jones for the Chiefs goes up top to Bashawn Lewis, and then Lewis will take it over himself. Cuts through the inside, back into your living room, down the sideline, and in for the score. 14-17, North Myrtle Beach up 3. Then Daniel Weaver. He's got a leg on this kid. From 34 yards out, he puts it through. North Myrtle Beach had the lead 20-14, but check this out. The Swamp Foxes do come back. Another flat performance by a top-ranked team. Marion, after the big win in Dillon, they also came out flat and almost lose. This North Myrtle Beach team is very good. Do not be surprised to see Steve Hart's team pick up some more.
It's all downhill for the Swamp Foxes, right? They'll breeze through the rest of the region. Not so fast, says head coach Bob Rankin. He's been at this too long to let his team get sucked into believing they're invincible. North Myrtle Beach comes to the Swamp tonight, hoping to catch Marion on an emotional letdown following their Game of the Year battle with Dillon last week. Now, as Chiefs head coach Steve Hart can get a perfect game or near-perfect game out of his team, tonight would be the night that they would pull off the upset. Nice signage out there in Marion. First quarter action, second play of the game. Stoke the furnace, boys. Here he goes. Reggie Furness is off and running. No one's going to catch him. 70 yards. See you later. Marion taking a 7-0 lead, but North Myrtle Beach, they got a pretty good backfield of their own. Number 7, watch for him. Baron Lewis. Baron down on the left side. Lewis skirting his way on the left side down to the 5-yard line. North Myrtle Beach tries a field goal. Whoa, that's a bad snap. Penalty on the play. That's just a bad-looking play. Marion's still leading 7-0. North Myrtle Beach saying, let's go to the ground here. Can we please? Lewis, look at this. Scissors play. Baron Lewis is in for the score. They tie the game at 7-7. Second quarter then. North Myrtle Beach line it up for a field goal. This time the snap is good, the hold is good, and the kick is good. North Myrtle Beach is leading 10-7 in the second. Demetrius Pouncey says, I got to do something about this. Pouncey looking to pass. 10 yards to Antonio Ranson. He's in for the score, 14-10. Marion at halftime. And Marion, it wasn't easy tonight, but they hang on to win this one. Wasn't easy at all. Wow. 26-20 mark. North Myrtle Beach taking them to task tonight. Marion almost caught napping, but they pulled out a sign of a true champion. Well, you talk about game. Number 1 ranked and undefeated Marion with a rare chance to bounce the team that bounced them from the playoffs last year. Lugolf Elgin came into the Swamp and upset the Foxes. Guess what? They're still upset. You bet Marion remembers that game, but Coach Rankin doesn't want his team getting too wound up into what happened last year. The future is now. And Coach Rankin focused for this game and getting his team a little pumped.
Play hard every play. Don't even think about hustling on every play. You're going to take all-out intensity and get the job done. Man, listen, we're never going to play it again. You're going to play it right now on this field. This is our home field. We shouldn't be losing on our home field. Let's go. Go, go, go!
Here come the Foxes, ladies and gentlemen. They're psyched up. Marion defense, they came up big. Melvin Nolan just living in the Devil's backfield all night long, makes the stop there. That makes the Swamp Fox happy. More Marion defense. Lugolf quarterback Chris Wood running for his life. He can run, but he can't hide. Tony Johnson and Jackie McGill crush him. Lugolf also doing some hitting. No, watch Reggie Furness get stuck. Boy, you don't see that too often. Lugolf then trying to go to the air. Chris Woods firing deep. Great defense, though, coming up here. Demetrius Pouncey just knock it down. Good D. Midway through the second, then Marion the play fake. Where is he? It's the fake to everybody. Mario Ford, though, makes the catch and brings it down to the 30-yard line. That set up this 1-yard plunge. It's Reggie into the zone, 7-0 Marion at halftime. Third quarter now, Marion from its 15. Time to stoke up the furnace. There he goes, Dan. You can't catch him. Reggie's on his horse, and he is gone. 85 yards to the touchdown. 14-0 Marion. Where is he?
Made it to the zone. He's already in the zone.
Reggie is in the zone once again. You bet. Handshakes all around. Another great night for Furnace. The fans, that'll warm them up real quick. Final score, Marion wins it again. They remain perfect, 21-0. First run opponent is history. Bob Rankin talked about tonight's game.
On his way to the Shrine Bowl, along with teammates Brian Mance and Pat Fleming out of Manning. Albert Hainsworth, the state's #1 recruit out of Hartsville, will go, along with Anthony Johnson of Marion and Johnny Cameron of Lake City. On the North Carolina side, on offense, Darrell Barnes of Richmond County will go as an assistant coach, and he'll take, well, why not? Lakeview's going, along with the Furnace, Reggie Furnace of Marion. Still on the South roster, Corinne DeWitt Ellerby of Lamar and Howard Hilton. Franklin Wallace. Will go along with